Welcome back to Traveling Around the World, the podcast that takes you on an auditory journey to the planet's most incredible destinations. I'm your host, Samantha.
And I'm Noah, back from what I can only describe as a trip to paradise.
That's a big claim, Noah, but today we're diving deep into that claim because you've just returned from the one, the only Bora Bora. And I've heard there's some wild stories involving sharks.
Oh, absolutely. Sharks, stingrays, and water so blue you won't believe it's real. It was genuinely life-changing, Sam.
Okay, I am hooked. Our listeners are hooked. Take us there. Start from the beginning. What is it like to actually arrive in a place like Bora Bora?
All right, so you fly into Tahiti first, and then you take this tiny little prop plane over to Bora Bora. And the flight itself is the start of the magic. You're flying over these tiny islands, these atolls, surrounded by the most intense turquoise water.
Oh, wow. So the experience starts before you even land.
Exactly. And then you see it, the main island with Mount Otamanu rising out of the center and this incredible lagoon surrounding it. The airport is on its own little island, Amotu, so you have to take a boat to your resort. The whole arrival is by water.
That is so cool. No traffic, no crowded airport terminals, just a boat ride across a lagoon.
It immediately sets the tone. You feel disconnected from the real world. And then you see them, the overwater bungalows. They're exactly like the pictures, these thatched roof huts stretching out over the crystal clear water.
The iconic bungalows. Did you stay in one? Please tell me you stayed in one.
Of course, it was a must. And the best part is the little glass floor panel inside. You can just sit there with your coffee in the morning and watch the tropical fish swim right underneath your room.
That's a dream. A real-life aquarium in your floor. I don't think I'd ever leave the room.
Oh, it's tempting, and you definitely spent a lot of time there. We had coffee on our private deck every morning, just watching the fish through the glass floor. One morning, a massive manta ray glided right past us. But as much as you want to stay, the lagoon itself calls to you. You can literally just jump off your deck straight into that warm, calm water. There's no resisting it.
That sounds incredible. So, did you end up spending a lot of time in the bungalow, or were you mostly out exploring?
Right, the main event. So one of the most popular excursions is a lagoon tour where you get to snorkel with blacktip reef sharks and stingrays.
Wait, you get in the water with sharks? On purpose?
On purpose. Our guide, a local named Takey, was amazing. He was so calm and knowledgeable. He explained that the blacktip sharks are actually quite timid and not aggressive towards humans. They're more curious than anything.
Easy for him to say.
That's what I was thinking. So the boat stops in this shallow, sandy bottom area, and immediately you see these dark shapes gliding through the water. Dozens of them, 4, 5, 6 feet long.
Nope, I'm out. I'd be hiding under a seat on the boat.
My heart was pounding, I'm not gonna lie. Takey just laughs, puts on his snorkel mask, and slides into the water. And then he looks up at us and says, "Come on in, the water's fine."
So did you? Did you get in?
I had to. I didn't fly all that way to sit on the boat. So I took a deep breath, put my mask on, and slid over the edge. And the moment my head went under the water, everything changed.
How so?
The fear just vanished. It was replaced by this overwhelming sense of awe. Underwater, everything is silent and peaceful. And these sharks, they're so incredibly graceful. They just glide by, completely minding their own business. They weren't scary, they were beautiful.
Wow, that's a complete 180 from being terrified on the boat. So they didn't even come close to you?
They did come close, but not in a threatening way. They'd swim past, maybe 10 feet away, give you a little sideways glance, and just keep going. The sheer number of them was astounding too. We even saw some larger lemon sharks, though they stayed deeper down. It felt like we were visitors in their world, and they were just tolerating us. It was a surreal and humbling experience.
Okay, that's one thing. But what about the stingrays? I've heard they're like puppy dogs.
That is the perfect description. After the sharks, we moved to a different spot, a shallow sandbar. And the moment the boat stopped, these huge stingrays swarmed us. They're not shy at all. They come right up to you and brush against your legs.
Whoa, what does that feel like?
It's so strange. They're incredibly smooth and soft, almost like velvet. Taiki gave us some fish to feed them, and they'll gently suck it right out of your hand. You can even reach out and pet their backs as they swim by. It was absolutely one of the most incredible wildlife encounters of my life.
That sounds both thrilling and somehow heartwarming. From terrifying sharks to puppy dog stingrays. That's quite a day.
And the sounds they make. It's a soft fluttering noise as they glide past, and when they feed, it's a gentle sucking sound. It's surprisingly endearing. There was a moment when a particularly large one, which Taiki called Big Mama, came right up to me and nudged my hand, asking for more food. It was like interacting with a friendly giant. It was the ultimate Bora Bora experience. But the trip wasn't just about the adrenaline. The cultural side of it was just as impactful.
Right, because it's not just a pretty place. There's a rich Polynesian culture there. Tell us a bit about that.
The people are some of the warmest, most welcoming individuals I've ever met. Everyone greets you with "Ia orana," and they're so genuinely happy to share their home with you. It doesn't feel touristy in a transactional way. It feels like you're a guest.
That makes such a difference on a trip. And what about the food? I'm always interested in the food.
We attended a traditional Polynesian night at our resort, which included fire dancers and a feast cooked in a ahima, an underground oven. The food is wrapped in banana leaves and slow cooked for hours. The result is incredibly tender and flavorful. It was a fantastic way to experience the local culture and cuisine all at once.
Oh, the food was incredible. So fresh. The national dish is poisson cru, which translates to raw fish. It's like a Tahitian version of ceviche.
Okay, tell me more. What's in it?
It's raw tuna marinated in lime juice and mixed with diced vegetables like cucumber and tomato, and then they drench it in fresh coconut milk. It's served chilled, and it's the most refreshing, delicious thing you can eat in that tropical heat.
That sounds absolutely divine. Tuna and coconut milk. An amazing combination.
It really is. We had it almost every day. That and just tons of fresh pineapple, mango, and papaya. You really feel like you're eating right from the island.
So you've sold me and probably everyone listening. For anyone who's now frantically Googling flights to Bora Bora, what are some practical tips? What's one thing you'd say is a must-do besides the shark swim?
Okay, practical tips. First, it is expensive, so plan for it. It's a once-in-a-lifetime kind of trip for most people. Second, pack light and bring lots of high SPF reef-safe sunscreen. The sun is intense.
Reef safe, that's a great point. Protecting that beautiful ecosystem.
Definitely. As for a must-do, I would say rent a small boat for a day, or even a couple of jet skis, and just explore the lagoon on your own. Find a secluded little beach, pack a lunch, and just enjoy the feeling of being in the middle of nowhere. It's pure bliss. It all sounds like a perfect dream, but I have to ask, were there any challenges or unexpected moments? It can't all be smooth sailing and beautiful sunsets, can it?
You're right. It's not all perfect Instagram posts. The biggest challenge is just getting there. From most places, it's a marathon of flights. We're talking almost 24 hours of travel time. The jet lag is real. The first couple of nights, I was wide awake at 3 a.m.
Oof, that's rough. What do you even do in Bora Bora at 3 a.m.? The bars aren't exactly open.
That actually led to one of the most magical, unexpected moments of the trip. I made some coffee and went to sit on our bungalow's deck. Sam, the stars. I have never seen anything like it. With no light pollution, the Milky Way was so bright it looked like a painted cloud. I saw a dozen shooting stars. It was one of the most humbling and beautiful moments of my life, and it only happened because of the jet lag.